All right, ladies and gentlemen, I actually think you're gonna like this video. I really think you're gonna like this one. If you like when we explore and we do different trips and stuff like that, well, right now I'm going to work, but I got moved to a different store. Now, this isn't my permanent store right now. This is actually a store that I'm just working at for a few days. And I figured I would take the Roll Road Emma e-bike to this store. I don't even know which route I'm gonna take to get there, but it's definitely gonna be a long video and a long trip at that. Now, as I started this trip, we were at 10 miles exactly on the display, so we're gonna kind of do a range test during this video. We're also gonna do some night riding, because by the time I get off of work, I gotta be there for 9 hours. We're gonna see how the headlight is, the brake light, the turn signals, all that kind of stuff. So right now I'm on the Roll Road Emma 2.0. I just want to iterate that. That is the 2.0 model, and this is the newest one out on the market. I didn't know what the name came from. I talked to the company and they said that was the founder's daughter's name, and that's kind of where Emma came from. I'm still not the biggest fan of the name being branded on the side of the bike when you can't remove it. It would have been nice if you could have removed it or something like that, but it is what it is. If you guys don't care about the name of the bike and you just want performance and all that kind of stuff, then hey, like, just stick around for the video and we're just gonna see how well this bike does taking it to wherever road we're gonna be on. I don't even know. Let me pull over here really quick and show you the bike. If you guys haven't seen my video review, let me get in the sun really quick. I was gonna do it in the shade, but I'll just show you real quick. So here is the bike. It's a step-through design. You have a 1,000-watt hub motor in the back. We also put the rear rack on. I got the bolts, I found them. The only bad thing is I wanted to put the basket on for this trip so we can get some groceries and whatnot. And they gave me probably like 50 nuts and bolts, and none of them were wide enough for this where I felt comfortable where they'd have a big grip to especially put weight on here. So I was looking for other screws just like this that are in here to put on top, but I couldn't find them. So anyway, this is 48 volt. This is a 20 amp hour battery. Obviously, you know, headlight, turn light, big knobby tires, nice brakes. They're hydraulic. They work fantastic on this bike. Motorcycle suspension back here. We got the cable wire sitting outside the frame. I still don't know why that's out there. It's just kind of a design flaw, I personally think. But I mean, it's the safest way they can put this cable based on the frame and the tire size. But I still feel like it might get caught on something. But the way we ride, we're not gonna be going off a trail, so we're not gonna hit any branches or anything like that. We're gonna have one overpass we gotta go up so we can see how powerful this bike is going up the overpass. Compared to my old route going to work, we'd actually go up two. So we're just gonna do one today, and like I said, man, I'm all in my head right now. I'm like, which route do I take to safely get to this store? And I feel like there is no safe route. So we're just gonna figure it out. And I don't have my phone up here. I know a lot of you guys are gonna say like, oh, we like to see your speed and all this kind of stuff. Now, I will say that the speed on here is pretty accurate. I think it's 1 mile per hour under, or 0.8 miles an hour under. So when it says we're doing 31 on here, we're doing roughly 30 miles an hour. So just keep that in mind. It's pretty close though. So you can go off this mileage if you want. And our range as well will be pretty accurate. So I'm counting on that to read correctly, because I'm not recording anything with my phone. Like I said, it's a very long trip. I'm gonna have my phone for a very long time at work, be using it, so I don't want it to die on me. Especially since I have a phone that's like 2 or 3 years old. The battery does not hold its charge. Hey, look, they added a bike lane here. It's been a long time since I came this way. That's nice. I like that they added that. I mean, it kind of disappears right there, but that makes sense because people got to get on the freeway. I'm always wondering why there's a bike lane going onto the freeway, but then you can't ride your bike on the freeway. Should we just go ride our bike on the freeway one of these days? I feel like we should. All right, let's see how it comes up this hill. I didn't get a very good running start on the hill, and about 19 miles an hour. This is slightly steeper than the other hill we went up. So, all right, yeah, it was about 19, and now it's starting to pick up speed again. We're already down 1 battery bar, and I've only went 2.2 miles. That's crazy. But it should go back. It's just because we're using a lot of power to get up that hill. Coming downhill, though, 34 miles an hour. That's roughly like 33, and I got cruise control on. And you can see that I can let off right there. But since this bike has big knobby tires on it, I highly don't suggest you guys taking your hands off the bike, because it does have a slight vibration to it. So just be careful out there when riding this bike. I definitely wouldn't do a no-hander on this bike. You could do it, but man, if you hit any like thing on the road, it's not gonna be good. All right, it's already sketchy. Already sketchy. Come on, come on. This is gonna be crazy coming to work every single day now. A lot of people are telling me not to even bring my Tesla to work because people will mess with it. And look, I'm gonna have this problem a lot where the bike lane, there's people like parked in the bike lane. I mean, that's fine, that's USPS, but up here there's gonna be signs, and there's also gonna be cars parked on the side, and there's gonna be no bike lane. But we're not actually going to my actual store that I got relocated to. We're gonna go to the other one first for just today only with this bike. So we're actually not going farther down the street. I actually need to make a left, which that's gonna probably be a pain in the ass. Let's see where the traffic's at. Oh yeah. I love it already. This is gonna be great. Come on, car, go faster. All right. Let's go this way, let's go this way. This just feels weird riding in the street on this bike, which is, I gotta say, it's like not that fast. But hey, that's how you do it. It's a little sketchy, but we got through it. And I think I took the wrong road because there's no bike lane. God dang Fresno, there's no bike lane. And I can't ride on the sidewalk. This bike is way too fast for the sidewalk, and technically it's illegal to ride on the sidewalk. Oh man. I told my manager when he transferred me, I was like, dude, if I get hit, I'm gonna blame you. Like, this is sketchy. Like, the only time I ever like take these streets this far out in the middle of the city is if we have a fast e-bike that can actually go with traffic, like 40 to 50 miles an hour. I never really take these bikes, but I know a lot of you guys do like city riding, so I guess this kind of gives you an idea of how it would be. I'm not exactly sure if you guys are even gonna like the videos when I have my other job that I gotta go to, because we have one straight road to go down to get there. That's it. We don't have any turns. We got one overpass, so I'm hoping the videos of me taking these bikes back and forth to work aren't gonna be too boring. But I guess time will tell. All right, it gets a little tight right here. I'm glad there's no car next to me. I'm over as far as I can go without getting in the damn gutter. This is where I got a flat on my Super 73 when I first bought it, and that was not fun at all. That was actually like a buzzkill. That was the first day I got it, the first review I was doing, and I bought that bike myself, and I got a flat right over here. So I am praying we don't get another flat. And this road is not that comfortable. There is potholes. Look at this. Half of the street is gone over here. Oh man. If we hit that, we're bending a rim. Like, for sure we're bending a rim. All right, don't take your hand off the bike. I was trying to look to see what traffic looked like, and that was not a very good idea. All right, so what I like to do is get in the bike lane up here because I don't want to block the turn lane, and I also don't want to block people pulling up. So I'll just sit right here and hopefully turn the green for me so I don't have to wait for too much traffic behind me. Oh, we gonna be here for a while. So one other cool thing I didn't show you guys on this bike is that you have a USB port on this battery right here, and my gloves are kind of blocking it, but this is where you charge it, and then the USB port's in there, but I'm not gonna be able to show you because I know my GoPro's not angled correctly. These battery lights right here will tell you exactly where they're at if you have the battery inside your house and your bike, say, out in the garage. Because you might have some stairs to go up and whatnot, and you might not want to bring your bike everywhere, and you might want to just take the battery off. So as it's charging in your house, you can see kind of the full charge. And I forgot we had to go down this thing. Yeah, and I keep forgetting I got cruise control on this bike. Oh, man, not a big fan of coming this way, man. Cars are just close, super close, so much more sketchier. Now, when I was talking to the company, they said this bike is mostly for like girls and older folks. And obviously that's why I like step through design, really nice to get on and whatnot. So, you know, if you have back problems and whatnot for older folks, I get it. That does make it easier because if you're older, it's harder to step your leg all the way over the bike. So I understand that. They said that there was a way to limit the top speed on this bike, and I'm pretty sure that's going into the settings and changing something. And to get into the settings, you just hold the plus and minus. I don't know the password, unfortunately, but I'm pretty sure it's in the manual. I didn't read the manual or look into it. So look into there, and if you guys do buy this bike, and since I don't know it, I'll find out for you, so you can always drop a comment and then I'll help you out if it doesn't say in the manual. But yeah, that's how you get into the settings, and you can limit the speed on how fast you want this bike to go. So if you're gonna limit it to your son, your daughter, or whoever, grandparents, you can have it limited to like 20 miles an hour, be class 2, or 10 miles an hour if they feel like that's too fast. Because a lot of people that get on these bikes that aren't used to it, they think 15 miles an hour is fast. Ow, ow, ow. That was rough. So to each their own. I want to go as fast as possible. I wish this bike went 35, but I'll be honest, a 48 volt bike with this, it feels very good. It actually moves like a 52 volt bike. I'm not kidding. It feels really good with that Bafang 1000 watt motor in the back. It's a very strong contending e-bike for power and torque. If I'm not mistaken, their website says the torque is like 110 Newton meters. I don't know if it's that much, but I will say it feels similar to the Rev 1 Ride 1 Up e-bike. It's not as fast as the C3 Strom. I want to say the C3 Strom is very, very similar to the Rev 1, but I feel like, I don't know, it's weird because the C3 Strom has the same exact motor and everything like that, and it actually weighs more than the Rev 1, but I feel like the controller might be slightly beefier. I don't know. I just rode that the other day, and then I got on my Rev 1, but obviously it's 72 volts, so I can't remember how the Rev 1 felt. But I want to say C3 Strom, Rev 1 are pretty much the same, and this one is not as powerful as that. So those bikes say they have 95 Newton meters of torque, and this one on their website says 110, so I'm just like, I don't know. But it's definitely powerful. It's way more powerful than most e-bikes out there. We can make it. We can make it. We're on Van Ness and Bullard, somewhere around there. We're gonna be working at Bullard and West today. The good thing is there's a Dutch, and then they have a Me and Ed's, which I know the person that works there, so I get some free pizza. They have a Beer Rocks place, so that's pretty nice. I like Beer Rocks. I don't think I'll go there on my lunch though. I don't need to get the shits or anything like that. I think we'll be all right. I think I might just go, I don't know. I actually don't know. I'm not bringing my car. This is the first time working at the store with bringing a bike. I think we did it once on the Super 73, 72 volt, and that was super fun, but I was obviously in the street. It felt like an actual motorcycle. Oh, hold on. Do not let off and then hold the brake at the same time. Okay, I'm gonna go over. Should I put my turn signal on? Because we're gonna test this out later. I got my turn signal on. Let's go, let's go. Hey, I can actually see the turn light from the top, so that's cool. They also have lights up here, I'm pretty sure that should light up, and that will help us be able to see stuff. How's it going? Good, how are you? Good, good. You should make an appearance in the video and be riding it again. Hey, remember Connor? You're just gonna take off and go around the corner and be gone.
Cop shows up. Where is he?
He's right over there.
That's funny.
What?
1250 watt?
1,000.
1,000?
And it has a peak of 1,800.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, and it does about 30 miles an hour. I seen 31. It's not too bad.
Touchscreen?
No, that'd be cool.
Sad.
Yeah. It's a $2,000 bike. I wish it was 52 volt. It's 48 volt. But it's not bad.
So you know I'm a big headlight guy.
Oh, so the headlights is this.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that.
Display.
Oh, I thought this would light up. Like,
Turn signal?
yeah, see how they have, like, it looks like they would light up? You can do them both at the same time? I guess not. I thought they was have an indicator to let you know, hey, they're still on, like a little light. I got the Sur-Ron, I got the Talaria, I got the Super 73. Those are the 3 bikes that I just have not wanted to get rid of. I love them too much.
Those are like your OGs.
Yeah. The Onyx was honestly the oldest bike I had. It was one of the first bikes I got, but I just didn't like it overall. I needed room. I couldn't really keep like so many bikes. God, my backpack. Dude, my backpack. Look at that. Why?
Jesus, what do you have in there?
A chain. I don't know how your story is. I saw I don't know whose other bike that was. There was another guy that had a bike.
Chris.
Chris?
Yeah. He got run over by a truck a couple weeks ago.
Really? All right, guys. We are done. Wasn't too bad of a day, actually. And, well, since I don't really have a trail that we're going to go on like we normally do when we get off from the work videos, I'm just going to kind of go let's go around the store and hopefully there's no one, you know, bad over here. Because I really want to show you guys all these lights, and I found out something on this bike that I didn't like as well. Okay, so we're good over here for now. I don't see anybody. This is a sketchy area over here, I ain't gonna lie. Okay, so here is the headlight. You can see as I kind of go up and down the suspension is super soft. That's one of the things that I liked about the rear suspension. The front is a little bit jarring. It's not as soft as the rear, even though I have the compression all the way down. But anyways, you guys get an idea of that headlight going back and forth, and that's how high I have it. You can always lower it if you really want, or you can raise it if you want. I feel like I got it at the perfect angle. And one thing I noticed when I was moving it in the back is the turn signal button. So when you hit the turn signal, you're not gonna be able to see it during the day, but if you go back in the video, you're gonna see that there's two little, like, they look like LED lights, or they look like clear little plates, and it looks like there'd be an LED behind it, and these don't light up. So I've seen them on most bikes where you do hit the turn signal, these light up blue or green, and it lets you know that your turn signal is on. Unfortunately, this bike doesn't have it. And this is the horn too. We'll try it out a little bit later. I'm not trying to get too much attention right now. But let me put that kickstand down, and let's see how the brake light looks. It should work as a brake light as well. And if we hit that, oh, barely. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of that. It's only these two that light up, and they don't get that much brighter. So that's unfortunate. But let's try out these turn signals really quick so you can see the front. Turn signals are lovely. They are very bright, very noticeable, and they stick very far out from the bike. Another cool thing is that if you do hit them on anything, they're just gonna flap around. You're not gonna break them off, so that's good. Let's see how the back looks. All right, the back is okay. I'm not a big fan of how that looks. I would have liked to see actual like turn signals, kind of like the front, but it is what it is. You know, it's better than, you know, not having any, but I would have liked to see something a little bit better. But all right, let's try to figure out which way we're gonna go home, because I don't even know yet. My coworker was just telling me about someone that got hit. If you guys noticed, when I pulled up to work and I was going into the back, I don't think I was saying anything because I had nothing to say at the time, but there was another e-bike back there, and they said that guy had just got hit not too long ago on his electric bike right around the corner from here. So that kind of trips me out a little bit to know that it's not really safe around here. I mean, it's really not safe anywhere to ride, but you know, I'm a little paranoid, if I'm being honest. All right, so come around this turn. The first thing we run into is a bus. That's great. All right. This is not the safest bike to let your hand off. I've been mentioning that as I was riding it, because as soon as I let one hand off and I look behind me, I feel the bike kind of get a little shaky in the front because we're just not on street tires. But coming to this headlight really quick, this is the first time I'm seeing the headlight for the first time, and I'm really digging it. This is actually a pretty good headlight. Now, we're not on a pitch black road right now. We do have some lights above for street lights, but this looks fantastic. This is my first time ever seeing it as well, too, because I did not check it out in my video review at all. So I feel like we shouldn't have to worry about if we're gonna run into any potholes or anything like that. You could definitely see, and I feel like it's wide enough. You can see way over here in people's yard, but then I can also see this lane, and I can see part of that lane. It starts like dimming out that way a little bit, but I don't know how the GoPro is gonna show it. It looks really good though. It's not too bad. The other bike that we just reviewed had this same headlight. That was the mountain bike, the Berchata or something like that. I think it's called Berchata. But yeah, that had the same headlight as this. They both perform pretty good. All right, so let's move on to the horn right now. It's cool. So I noticed that you can have this bike on pedal assist 1. It doesn't need to be on 5, and you can still hit the max top speed, because what scared me earlier is I had it in pedal assist 5, and I was sitting just like this, and I think I was looking around and whatnot, and my pedals barely moved, and the bike kind of jolted forward a little bit, and I had to hit the brakes, and the brakes will just cut off all power. So that kind of scared me earlier. So I think I'm gonna leave it in pedal assist 1 so the bike won't have so much torque. Now I have a big semi behind me. I'm gonna try to do this one hand look behind me. Even though this road is bumpy as heck, this is not the best road to be on right now. So, you know, okay, there's a bike lane. There's a little bike lane right here. Let's see who's behind me. Oh, that big truck's gone. Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh God, what the? I don't think I took the right road. Oh man, that was all bad. Where'd that big truck go? It must have turned. I think he was waiting for me. Oh, I feel bad now. I was sitting at that light for a while and I wasn't looking behind me. But I think that truck needs a little bit more room to the semi, so they had to get in the lane I'm in and then make that turn. So yeah, I was totally blocking them all. I thought I was doing the right thing and getting in between the lanes, so oops. But so far so good on this bike coming back. Obviously we saw the headlights, so now what I want to do is we have the electric portable headlights, also a battery bank as well. And all you have to do is, there's one button somewhere right here that you gotta hold. There you go. Oh yeah, I love this headlight. And the fact we got cruise control, I'm just big chilling right now. This is perfect, especially on a sketchy street that I've actually never rode on. Anytime I'm on these roads, I have my fast e-bike so I don't have to ride in the bike lane. And the biggest thing I'm worried about, but I don't think we're gonna get a flat on this bike, the tires are pretty thick compared to some of the other tires on the market. I'm not too worried about these, but it's still a possibility with any tire you have on there. Even motorcycle tires, you just gotta get something really big to pop that tire. All right, so now I feel a little bit better coming back. So this is the street that we're gonna be using when I go to my other store. I don't know exactly what bike we're gonna use. It might be the Hay bike, and honestly it might be my Super 73, or we might go with the Tulare or something, just to kind of get a feel of the road I'm gonna be taking, because it's gonna be on that side. You're gonna notice there's tons of trash, and there's actual cars parked on this where the bike lane would be. So that means I would have to jump in the street. So it's gonna be a little sketchy, but I'm hoping you guys are enjoying at least this video, just kind of taking a different street and going to a different place, you know, for work. A lot of things are changing. Like, it's really been busy lately. I've been trying to pump out these videos. The holidays, you know, are coming up. We just had Halloween pass. Now Thanksgiving's coming. God, I can't talk. This always happens when I've been working all day. But right now, I would say, hey, that guy passed us earlier. So what I was gonna say was basically what's happening right now is you're basically planning for Christmas right now, and then you have Thanksgiving kind of in between, and then Christmas comes up out of nowhere. And I'm really trying to spend some time with my family and whatnot. I've seen your guys' comments, like, hey, take a break and whatnot. And I have taken a break from accepting stuff from companies, even though when the money's like, when the bikes are coming in, the money's hot, like money's good. Like, you should, you know, not pass up on the opportunity. But man, when I had 8 bikes to do and they all came, and I hadn't finished one of them because they all came at the same time, and I had like, what, 2.5 months to get them all done. That means every single week after working 40 hours, one of my 2 days off, I'm gonna have to get a video done for a company. I don't like being on this road. I'm gonna tell you guys that right now. This is not okay. I don't like this road. I really don't. But anyway, so I want to take a week off for Thanksgiving, and then I also want to take off Christmas week and New Year. So I'll probably take like 2 weeks off towards the end of the year. I'm still gonna post up videos. I just don't want to be stuck with review units. I'm gonna start accepting them probably, I want to say in December again, because then I can start doing them after New Year's and get back into the swing of things. But with the whole job relocation, go to a different store and getting kicked out of my other store and helping out that one, which is pretty cool. I know the people over there. Connor, the guy that was over there, I don't know if I kept the clips in there or not, but he was riding these bikes at my old store and he was having a blast. He was riding every single bike that I had for a review unit, and he was kind of like an extra eyes and hands-on of giving you the first feel after, I don't know, I'd probably say like he rode it for 2 minutes or something like that. So it was kind of cool to always have him in the videos. We obviously lost Vince. He worked at my store and he quit. Well, he retired, he didn't quit. And then now I'm not there anymore. So I'll see if there's some cool people at the other store I'm gonna be going to, and maybe we can get some other people to ride these bikes when we have some free time and we get off or something like that. Because I would really like to get someone else's opinion on these bikes. There's something I'm noticing on this bike, if you guys didn't check it out right now. I left that clip in right there because I noticed as I let off, and it feels like the front's all over the place, but I think it's this bumpy ass road. I noticed that when I let off and then I get back into the power, it feels like it takes this bike 4 seconds for the power to come back on. It feels like garbage. I don't know why it's like that. I'm not a huge fan. But when you're just like chilling and you let out the throttle and do it again, you're going a little bit slower, it comes on within I think like a second and a half. I forget what I said on my review video, but it was pretty instant, but this ain't instant. And now that we're down to our last 3 battery bars, we dropped down 2, and we started at 10 miles exactly. So right now I have 20.8 miles on this bike, so that's technically 10.8 miles. And we got up that hill going pretty quick. Not too bad at all. Man, I'm not loving these tires, especially on these overpasses. You could just feel the lines in the road, like it's dragging me all over the place. especially when braking too, when all your weight goes to the front. I'm not having a good time with these tires. We out of here. That's one thing that we can do that traffic can't do. Gotta go, baby. I want to get away from these cars, honestly. I'm not a big fan. There's way too many cars out here. This is a nice new bike lane though, so they redid this. It took a while. This thing was all jacked up, so I like this, but oh, it ends. No new bike lane. And then a bunch of rocks and pebbles everywhere. Man, that was all bad. It was all nice and smooth, and it came to the end where they didn't brush it and clean it up. Ooh, what happened here? What are they putting here? Oh, I better pay attention to the road. I don't ride out here enough to be like looking at stuff and sightseeing. I gotta pay attention to where I'm at. I'm almost actually like right by the house. I just never ride in the bike lanes over here. There's been so much construction since we've done that. Okay, so since we're kind of towards the end of the video, I mean, not really, but kinda, so take it with a grain of salt. Don't click out of the video yet. Still got a little bit of riding before I'm home. But overall, feel the bike, it's cool. For $2,000, it's really not that bad. Dang, look at all that traffic after we did that. That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Go around stuff hella fast. Let's stay out of the way of traffic. Let's get away from them. But I think the bike is cool. It has decent power. The throttle response isn't fully instant all the time, I've noticed. The headlight is great. Turn signals are great. We should have been using them. I love how the turn signals are just right here. Like, you don't have to reach over too far. They're not on this side, because sometimes they put them on the right-hand side, but then that's where your throttle's at. They could have technically put the turn signals on this side because you have cruise control, so you didn't have to hold that. But your shifter's obviously over here. The shifter's perfectly fine. I don't really need to use it. I don't pedal these bikes, but if you do pedal, it's okay. You don't really feel connected to the bike in the higher mile per hour, so this is really just to start off with, or you're just cruising, being like a class 2 e-bike. But if you're a class 3 e-bike, don't expect to be pedaling this bike at 30 miles an hour. It's not gonna happen. The button layout over here is cool, but you can't see the buttons. But once you get a feel for the bike on what everything is, you're not gonna have to worry about that. I would have loved to seen LEDs for the turn signals, like when I hit this on, you can see that. I love the fact that you can see them though from the top. That's a nice safety feature and cool feature at that, because then you kind of know like, oh, my turn signal is on, instead of people thinking like, what is this guy doing? Can I go around him? Can I not go around him? So I like that. I just don't like the fact that there's no LED up here, just in case you're trying to see that. The horn is cool. The horn's not that bad. And what the hell are you doing? Are you trying to make a U-turn in the middle of the road? All right. Well, if they're making a U-turn in the middle of the road, then I guess no one's coming. But I guess I shouldn't trust them, because they are making a U-turn in the middle of the damn road. All right, so I'll let you guys know what I'm doing. Turn signal on, going through. Yeah, tires are really grippy going through there. Just bumpy. That's all I can say, is they're kind of bumpy, but not too bad. Let's come over this really quick. Whee! Yeah, suspension is great. Love the suspension on this bike. Like I said, the front is a little bit harder than the back, but I like it overall, especially me being 170 pounds. You guys aren't going to have a problem. If you are 250 pounds, I think you're going to love this bike. You just might want to tighten up the rear suspension just a little bit, and they do give you a wrench for that if you need to do that. So that's what's cool about that. And the step-through design is better for older people to get on and off the bike, especially if you have like shorter kids. You want to kind of throw them up on there or something like that. But keep in mind, this bike is probably not for people that are under 5'5". I know they probably list it for people like under that, but at lights, I'm almost like tippy-toeing, like putting my feet down, almost. I feel like it's just at that limit where it's like, man, if I was like 5'7", it would be a little bit like lean to the side. I'd be on one foot. And if I'm 5'5", I'm really going to be like leaned over on the bike, but it'd be doable. But anything under that, I feel like the bike is just going to be like falling over on you. Like, you're going to have a hard time just trying to jump off the bike safely. You know what I'm saying? The range seems great too. Not too bad. Like, we were going pretty quick. We were in class 3 mode, 30 miles an hour everywhere, and 13.3 miles. So it looks like that store was farther away from my other store. And we're down to 2 battery bars left. But unfortunately, there is no way to go into voltage. You have none of that. All you have is odometer, and then what else you got? You got your trip, you got your max speed, and then you got your average speed. So our average speed was 27 miles per hour because we were jamming the whole time. There is a way to get into the menu setup. You hold those 2 buttons, but I don't know the password. I think we talked about it earlier. I'm pretty sure the manual will say the password. If I know it, I'll let you guys, have that information if I find it out. And oops, I should have not turned that on. I was like, why is the headlight on? This bike isn't like some of the other e-bikes either that I've noticed. So some bikes will let you toggle the headlight switch on and off, even if the bike is off itself, but the battery is on the on position. This bike doesn't do that, unfortunately. So once the bike is off, it cuts power to the headlight. The reason why I like it the opposite way around is because if your buddy needs a light, but you don't want your bike to accidentally be on and someone come up and touch it and the throttle takes off and they wreck it, it's nice to be able to just turn the headlight on and shine it at someone's bike so they can work on it really quick if it's nighttime, or just to light up your way without the bike being on. I like that feature, but this one unfortunately doesn't have it. They never mentioned it was gonna have it. I was just hoping it did because it had a dedicated headlight button. And yeah, other than that, guys, they gave me a coupon code. So if you guys wanna go in the description, if you guys were really looking forward to this bike, it definitely has decent power. It does start going down though as your battery bars go down, just keep that in mind, but it's pretty good. It's not too bad. I would say, like, I would probably buy it. I think it's gonna be like 1,900 bucks using my coupon code. It's not a bad bike, but you still gotta think there's aerial rider bike out there. That's a good 52 volt bike, and this is not 52 volt, it's 48, but it feels like a 52 volt e-bike. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty powerful. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I am home, and I gotta charge my Tesla. I'm gonna take the Tesla to work tomorrow because I don't know if I'm a big fan going to that place. The only thing I might do is I could take another bike that goes faster, but I don't think I will. I got a lot of editing and stuff to do tonight and tomorrow, so I'll see you guys in the next one, and really appreciate you guys. And again, if you guys are shorter and under 5'5", there is a seat for this that goes half as low, but the thing is you have to pay for it. They're not gonna just give you the extra seat. And then they have an extended seat as well that goes all the way to the back. But the bad thing about that, that seat is expensive. It's like 200 something bucks. Then they have the basket back here that bolts to this. You just gotta make sure you get the right bolts and everything like that, and you can have a little basket. I didn't like the welds on the basket. They didn't look very great, but I do like the basket was like 89 bucks or something. It's under $100. So if you want a storage thing, that was pretty cool. But you guys are the true MVPs. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be safe riding out there. And I'll see you in the next video that we do. It's probably gonna be a review bike, or we're gonna be going to work.